What is everybody? Welcome, Idaho4 new state trial exhibits. We're going to talk about those with a house diagram. Want to point out something really quick. You need to go check out, put it in your back pocket. This is report 80 from the Idaho State Police. These were the photographs. Gideon Roberts. He says, hey, guess what? 4639 to 4641. I accidentally, I don't know, when I was doing my photographs, I completely don't follow protocol, and I just start deleting stuff. And so I am tracking down, but I was able to find this report again because I wanted to point out, because I'm tracking down, where did this, fall in the things of I deleted photographs. Okay. So don't worry, friends. Okay. We are on top of that one. Now, Vicki Gooch. Vicki Gooch. We're going to talk about Vicki Gooch here. Now, I spent about 2 hours going through this. Let me grab something. And boy, oh boy, Ann Taylor put Vicki Gooch on the witness list. And boy, oh boy, Vicki Gooch has to be one happy person that this did not go to a trial. Let me explain. All right. We're going to point out something. Okay. When Vicki Gooch did this interview with Dylan, she was with Blaker, and Blaker comes to town, and he's in Boise. Okay. Ann Taylor would be asking Vicki Gooch a couple very important questions to lead off, which is, hey, what did you know at that point? When you're interviewing Dylan, did you watch the body cam from the first, from 11/13? Then did you watch the video recordings of her interview with Mowry, the first part and second part? Okay. It's very important to understand what Vicki Gooch knew at that point. I'm going to show you why. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to zoom in because I'm going to be pointing some stuff out. Bluebird giving away a membership. There you go. Get it. Yeah. Let me just let everybody know that I was doing this live because it was supposed to be last night, but I was still, I wanted to review some stuff. Okay. All right. Zooming in. Here we go. Okay. So this is an exhibit that I personally made. All right. And it's to put Bethany and Dylan's calls and phone next to each other. And so you can kind of see where the gapping is and all that good stuff. So Ann Taylor, why she was calling Vicki Gooch is is as follows, and it was going to be like, wow. So Antil would first have to understand, did you review any of Dylan's interviews prior to your interview with her? And she would, okay, what did you have? What did you review? And like I just gave you guys like the three things. First and second interviews with Mowry, and then the body worn camera from outside the house. And then did you listen to the 911 call? Like that's pretty much what we're dealing with until Vicki Gooch does this interview on November 17th. She writes, Vicki Gooch writes, the interview was also audio recorded by me and Sergeant Blaker. So that's why I asked Idaho State Police. I want Gooch's recording. Okay. They're trying to say that that doesn't exist. And that if it does, and if it did, it's with the Moscow Police Department. Okay. So, we're going to jump right to the meat potatoes. Okay. All right. First thing, I would be asking if, because she doesn't know how to spell Sigma Chi, so she doesn't know much about like the sorority fraternity lifestyle. But I would ask Victoria Gooch if she knows what a SOBRO is. It's a sober driver, because here Dylan tells Victoria Gooch, allegedly, supposedly, because we don't have the audio, that Dylan advised it was only she and blank that went back to the residence using the SOBRO. She did not believe anyone else was home. Dylan took a sober driver. Dylan said she walked home. So that's the first discrepancy that you will find, and that's number 33 that I think is relative. I mean, there's other things like she doesn't mention that Kaylee went to the ball, but okay, whatever. Next. She further advised that she made popcorn in the kitchen and she and this girl watched the Vampire Diaries together. Now, my question would be is, did Victoria Gooch see any crime scene photos? Did she visit the crime scene? Okay. Two very important things, which you would think that in order to interview Dylan, you would want to have visited that crime scene. You want to see where her room is. You want to see the vantage points, everything like that. This is going to help you be able to ask follow-up questions based on her answers. So here on number 35, when she says, Dylan is the one that made this popcorn in the kitchen. Okay. There was butter that was out, just laying there. Right. Also, that bag to me, if I'm going to go and eat popcorn, okay, hear me out. And I make popcorn and it's for me to go watch a movie on my couch. I'm going to take the popcorn bag with me unless I dump it all into a popcorn like bowl. Okay. So question is it looks like that popcorn is like that bag looks like it's full, but I would be asking her, okay, did you take the popcorn? Like I'd be asking like specific questions. Okay. So when you made the popcorn, did you use butter? Oh yeah, actually we did heat up some butter. We did cut up some butter, put it in a little bowl, and then we heated it up in the microwave, took that, and then we went into like the living room or whatever. Did you take the popcorn with you? Because she says that she falls asleep during watching Vampire Diaries. So how does the popcorn bag get back to the kitchen if it was not emptied into a bowl to take into the living room? So you'd want to find out if she took that bag with her. But there's no follow-up to, Dylan just saying that she made popcorn in the kitchen and she and this girl watched Vampire Diaries. Now, approximately 20 minutes later, she says, Bethany returned home. The three of them laid down and continued to watch Vampire Diaries. She believes that Bethany may have walked home, and she advised she does not really know what time it was and what time they went to bed. She had already gone to bed and does not know when the girl that was over may have left or when Bethany went to bed. So this is going to be the next important part here, is that before the girl leaves to go, this Lakin girl, Dylan tells them that she went to bed. Now the question is did she go to bed? You just simply ask, well, did you go to bed? Did you fall asleep on the couch? Okay. Did you go to your room? Again, none of that's written here, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't asked, because we just don't have the audio yet, which we will. Now, at approximately 2 or 2:30, she says that she wakes up because Maddie and Kaylee arrived home from the grub truck. And they had mac and cheese, which Dylan explained they normally got. So all four of them were together, which included her, Bethany, Maddie, and Kaylee. Dylan advised that they were taking selfie videos. Okay. I was shocked that since she's going to be using her cell phone in this interview, why she wouldn't say, oh, what time were those selfies at? What time are the selfie videos at? She has an iPhone. You just swipe up and it will tell you the metadata associated with the timestamp. What time was that at? Right? Again, could it be there? But there's no, hey, we're all the girls talked about getting grub truck food. She did not believe Xana and Ethan were home because their bedroom door was open and she did not see them. And she discussed whether she may have been mistaken about this fact. And then she said she was certain she saw their door was open and they were not home. Wouldn't you just ask a very simple question? So to say, did you ask Dylan if she saw Ethan or Xana at any point before she went to bed that night? Whether it was before the 2 o'clock time or whether it was before, when she woke up, and did she ever see them come home? Did she have any type of a conversation with them? Don't you think that would just be the most simplest question, and it would just come so naturally to you as a detective? I mean, we're talking about 2 of the 4 deceased people. This is a detective that has done this for 30 years. She then went to bed, which she advised was after texting Eric, the Uber driver. Number 38, big moment here. Now, ready? Here we go. Again, we'd have to ask Vicki Gooch here. Not only did you review any details from Dylan's previous interviews, right? Now my question is this. What material were you provided with to look at beforehand? Or were you in possession of, or did you have? Did you ask Detective Blaker if they had downloaded or extracted Dylan's phone, Bethany's phone? I mean, since you're going to be interviewing Dylan, hey, did you guys take her phone? Did you guys go through that? Can you bring me up a copy, or can you forward me or put in a Google Drive and send me over the extraction so I can take a look at it? If you didn't do it beforehand, I got to think that you would do it afterwards. So, I mean, how are you vetting what anybody's saying? You would need material to do that with. Okay. And the answer is if they would have asked Detective Blaker, if she would have asked Detective Blaker if they had downloaded or extracted Dylan's phone, the answer is yes, they did. So they had it. So when she used to say that she went to sleep, after texting the Uber driver, you would have known that that's not true. Or somebody was using Dylan's phone. Next. Dylan looked at her phone to determine what time she had texted the Uber driver. And since she was actually in Boise when this interview took place, it said 3:10 a.m. And that's how they were able to determine that after further discussion, Dylan admitted that she was some confused about whether she was using Moscow time or Boise time. And it's like, she shouldn't be confused at all. You should be explaining to her that when you are switching time zones, the phone is going to change. So somebody that would be working in Idaho for as long as they had, and knowing if you're that state at certain points, it changes time zones. The whole state is not in one time zone. There should be nothing to be confused about, as Detective Gooch and Dustin Blaker should have been explaining this. Anyways, knowing that it said 310 and we know that it was at 210, right? So also, if you had the extraction, the Cellbrite, you would know that it was at 210, and you would know that they would have responded at 213. Now, she explained that she uses Snapchat as well as her cell phone to communicate with her friends. She advised if there is a lack of texted communications on her cell phone, it is because she had transitioned to using the Snapchat app for her method of communication. Now, if you're a detective, you know that Snapchat can work one of three different ways. If you send somebody a message, it will either stay there for a period of like 10 seconds, it's viewed, and then once somebody, gets out of that, then it would disappear. If somebody has their snaps customized to save for 24 hours, and then it would disappear. So you would know to ask Dylan, how did you have your settings on your Snapchat? You're telling me that Dustin Blaker in 2022 and Victoria Gooch in 2022, Victoria Gooch being a 30-year vet of being a detective, and you're constantly updating yourself with these apps, like that's what you have to do. You would know this, and you don't ask that question. Because it's really interesting that she's saying, hey, if there's a lack of text messaging, it's because I just started messaging in the chat in Snapchat. She advised her log information with the Snap is this, and her password is either this or this. She denied knowing her roommates' passwords to their cell phones. So did she offer that information, or did you ask her that? Right? Now, at approximately 2:13 a.m., Eric texted back. She then went to bed. Okay. Ann Taylor would have used Victoria Gooch to show that not only is we have a problem here, okay? So she's saying that she went to bed at 2 after she texted him at 2:13. Right here. She then went to bed. She does not believe, again, you would ask, where did you go to sleep? She believed Eric ever came to their house because she never responded to his text about the fact that he was still driving. So she's basically saying that I texted him at 2:10. He texted back at 2:13. Okay. And I went to bed after that because I never texted him back. Right now, Dustin Blaker has to know that's not true if you, in fact, have the Cellbrite and if you looked at it. Because now how you would handle this in trial and in court is to ask Victoria Gooch if she had ever became aware and looked through or even asked to see Dylan Morton's phone Cellbrite, the extraction. And then you would show and say, okay, well, Dylan Mortensen is uploading pictures and videos at 3:30 in the morning, 3:33. She's saving a contact on a phone at 3:51 a.m. Now, this is the first time that we get this. At no point in time did Dylan ever say, not to Detective Mowry and not to Mitch Nunes, but for the first time ever, we're going to have Dylan say that she does not remember if anyone locked the sliding glass door before she went to bed. She was the first to go to bed ahead of the other roommates. This is not what she told the first responder, Mitch Noonans. This is not what she told anybody. Now, unless she is referring to going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning or 1:45 or 1:30, if that's what she's referring to, okay, we can give you that. But after you wake up, everybody's home. I don't believe that's what she's referring to. But you would ask Victoria Gooch, is that how you understood it? Or are you understanding it that after Maddie and Kaylee get home? Because how does she know that she's the first person to go to bed? How does she know that? But that's not what she said at all, ever. She never said that she was sleeping and then awoke to a sound. This is the first time that changes. So on the 13th, she talks to Mowry twice. She talks to Noonans. She never says that she was awake and then she's deciding to go to bed because Kaylee is going to go to bed and the dog, and they're going to go upstairs, and it's about 4 o'clock in the morning, so she's going to go to sleep. That would also be accurate because, in my opinion, because you have the phone records that actually support that as well. Because she's on the phone with social media at 3:33. She's saving a contact at 3:51. Okay. And so you would show Victoria Gooch that when Dylan told you that she went to bed at 2:13 after that text, and you would have done your due diligence of looking into everything, reviewing over your interview with her, when you would have found out that she had calls at 3:33 and saving a contact at 3:51, does that, would you be under the assumption that she went to bed at 2:13? Did she tell you that she kept waking up and just, Did you ask her how she knew that she was the first to go to bed? Are you aware that's not what she told the Miss Noonans? No. Next. She says, Victoria Gooch. Dylan explained she was awoken to a noise sometime between 4 and 4:20. This is the first time that we hear it. And I point out that this is different, okay? Dylan explained that she was awakened to a noise sometime between 4 and 4:20. Okay. At 4:22, she says, she confirmed this information by looking at the texted communication on a cell phone. She texted Kaylee asking her what's going on. She advised her phone said 5:22 a.m., but it was really 4:22 because that's just the Boise time. Okay. She advised around 4 a.m. or 4:20 a.m. She heard Kaylee singing and playing music. Now, first question. Detective Gooch, have you seen photos of the house? Where were these speakers located? How was she playing music? From her cell phone? When she says that she's playing music where? Did you ask Dylan how she was playing music? Did you guys know how that kitchen speaker was out? Okay. Now, in order to play music out of that, don't you have to use your phone? So think about this. If you have to use your phone to play music through, that'd be a Bluetooth connection. Okay. So did you ask Dylan how Kaylee normally plays music? How the house normally plays music? Because this is really important. Because wouldn't Kaylee's phone or Dylan's or whoever was connected to the Bluetooth in the Cellbrite, it would show that connection in Knowledge C. So who was connected to what and who was playing what and how long was anything being run? Okay. Because the next thing is if she woke up to Kaylee, what she says here is she heard Kaylee singing and playing music. She advised around 4 or 4:20. She heard Kaylee singing and playing music. Did you ask her why she believes it was at 4 or 4:20 that she believes that she woke up? She heard who she believed was Kaylee walking up the stairs, and Dylan advised that she heard Kaylee say, "Someone's here," and she sounded frantic. Dylan described Kaylee's tone as somewhere between talking and yelling. She believed it was Kaylee who was walking up the stairs with Murphy. You didn't ask her why she believed that? Did you ask her if she saw her? Did you ask her when Kaylee was going up the stairs, did the music stop? How did she know that Murphy was with her? How did she know that Murphy was going? Did she hear the collar, jiggle? Next, Dylan told you that she called Bethany at 4:19 a.m. Now, when you would have seen the Celebrite, you would have noticed that Dylan did not call Bethany at 4:19. In fact, Bethany called Dylan at 4:19. So Bethany called Dylan, but she's looking at her phone, right? So how is she going to mistake? So you weren't looking at it either? You were just letting her speak from looking at her phone? Because Dylan called Bethany at 4:19 a.m. You guys, when you're looking at your phone, it says outgoing or incoming. How is she missing that? And she doesn't say, because look at the second call. When DM calls Bethany back, so she received a call at 4:19 and 33 seconds, and DM called BF right here. It says 4:21 or 4:20 and 20 seconds. So if you're looking at your phone, she would have said 4:20 if she was looking at her phone. Here she says 4:19. But she would see the words that said incoming. Okay. So how you'd be handling this is that it was Dylan's mistaken, and she actually received a call at 4:19. Because at the point that you're asking Victoria Gooch to come in, the state would have already presented Dylan's, and if the state didn't do it, Anne would have presented Dylan's Celebrite, would have already been up. So they can then use that, and you would ask Victoria Gooch if she's ever examined a Celebrite before. And yeah. So you would show her that. So when Dylan's telling you that she's looking at her phone and she's saying 4:19, that's actually an incoming call, right? Then she says, she then goes right down the list. Then Xana, so she starts reading off these timestamps, and she says, Dylan called Bethany at 4:19, then Xana at 4:20, Kaylee at 4:20, and then Bethany again at 4:20. So Dylan is telling you that she made all these calls. Dylan advised that Bethany told her about seeing fireworks, but you don't write down if that was during the 4:19 call or the 4:20 call. Dylan then says to you, she texted Bethany a last time at 4:27 a.m. before she went to Bethany's bedroom. Do you see that? Okay. But there's a problem here. So let's look at this really quick. And she was looking at her phone, and she determined Dylan says, hey, after this last text at 4:27 to Bethany, I then went down to her room. Well, first things first is there is absolutely none, no 4:27 text message that Dylan makes to anybody. No one. If you're looking at your phone, that I said text message, 4:27, you're getting into this area right here. And DM has an outgoing call at 4:27, 11 seconds. We don't know. And then so that's why I put over here the state/Ann thinks that DM is now in Bethany's room, though. And I'm going to show you why. But Dylan says after the 4:27 text message to Bethany, she then goes down to her room. We'll wait for it. Well, DM outgoing message on Snap. DM outgoing message on Snap. DM calls KG. No phone activity for 1 minute. And then DM calls Xana at 4:28 and 44 seconds. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys why that minute right there is going to be really, really key. You would show to Detective Gooch that Dylan says 2 different times. She says that she believed that she's like, she texted Bethany a last time at 4:27 a.m. before she went to Bethany's room. Okay. Dylan then explained when she first opened her door and she said that she did not see anyone. We're going to come back to that, but you're going to look and you're going to see right here that she says, number 70. Now here, just literally, whether it's 30 minutes, however long it takes them to get to number 70 here, Dylan changes it up, and Dylan says, Bethany responded at approximately 4:25 a.m., telling her to come to Bethany's bedroom, and that it's better than being alone. Dylan then left her bedroom after opening her door the 4th time and ran downstairs. So this means that in the last one, she was saying that she did not run downstairs until after 4:27, texting her. This just a little bit later, she says, actually, after Bethany wrote me at 4:25, I then open up my door and I run down there, which would put her at 4:27 in the bedroom texting Bethany. It also makes sense, okay, that, so let's back on up here. So right here within a matter of just a couple from number 55 and number 70, because she's doing points like that. Dylan goes from saying, I went to the bedroom at 4:27 after I texted her, to then just a couple minutes later, a couple points later, saying, I went to the bedroom after receiving the 4:25 text. Now, Detective Gooch, if you watched Dylan's interview with Detective Mowry and with Noonan's, you would have known that she's saying that she could not have seen the intruder. She does not know if the intruder left out the door or closed the door, because she ran downstairs right away. Okay. But then at another time, she says that she went into the room, her bedroom, and locked the door. So she's given 2 different scenarios. And then here's her opportunity to what we would think would be one of those is going to get doubled up on. Not so fast. There's almost like a third version. And so you would ask Detective Gooch, okay, you talked to Dylan and you asked her about seeing the masked man, and she said, this guy would have heard me calling their names and physically like calling them, and like the phone's like ringing or whatever. Like that's what she would have heard. Dylan's telling you that the masked man would have heard all of this. So wouldn't you have asked Dylan, when were you yelling out, right? To get this whole timestamp down on when this could have occurred. But you would just have to show Victoria Gooch one thing, which is, okay, so let's look at these phone records really quick. Would you agree that it would be impossible for the intruder that Dylan saw to be driving away in a car at 4:20 and 47 seconds if Dylan hadn't seen the intruder yet? So in order for the intruder to be in the car that's speeding away at a high rate of speed at 4:20 and 47 seconds, right? Dylan would have had to have seen the intruder before 4:20 and 47 seconds. Would you disagree with that statement? No, I would agree with that statement. In order for the intruder to be, let me make sure we're clear here. In order for the intruder to be driving away in that vehicle, yes, she would have obviously had to have seen the intruder before 4:20 and 47 seconds. Yes. Okay. So let's back up a little bit. She tells you that she makes a phone call to Bethany, but really Bethany calls her. Right? So that's wrong. Then she tells you that she went to sleep and woke up to hearing Kaylee doing X, Y, and Z. So she didn't wake up to Bethany calling her at 4:19. She was up. Did you ask her that? You didn't say, oh, hey, did the phone wake you up when Bethany was calling? No, I had no idea that Bethany called her because I just am an idiot. I mean, who knows what she's going to say, but it doesn't matter what she says. She's going to look bad. Okay. Now, between 4:19 and 7 seconds and 4:19 and 33 seconds, that's the time frame of that phone call. Whether they were on it, whether it went to voicemail, and then somebody let the voicemail go until a certain period and they hung up, who knows? But as far as everybody knows in this case, they were on the phone. And nobody has said otherwise that they weren't. Are you aware that there were 29 dog barks during that time frame that was occurring from 4:19 and 7 seconds to 4:19 and 33 seconds? Whatever she says, it doesn't matter. Okay. Now at 4:20 on the dot, DM called Xana. She does not call Kaylee first. She calls Xana first. Were you aware that she called Xana before Kaylee? Yeah, I wrote it down. Okay, did you ask her why she called Xana first instead of Kaylee first? If she heard Kaylee saying that there's somebody here and that she thought it was her crying, did you ask her why she didn't call Kaylee first? No, I didn't. Okay. I mean, I'd be calling the roommate that I thought I heard crying and screaming out, right? I mean, I don't know. Okay, so she calls Xana first. Nobody answers. She says that she's calling out to them as well, right? Yep, she's, calling them and saying their name. Okay. So she calls, that's at 4:20, and then another one's at 4:20 and 20 seconds. Now, are you familiar with Detective Gilbertson's dry run that he did for the killings for the Times? She can say yes or no. Doesn't matter. Well, and even if she's not aware, okay, well, we'll make you aware. Well, since you're not aware, Detective Gilbertson is saying that it would take, and you would say the X amount of time to get into the house, to get into the car, from the car to get into the house. This is the slow pace. This is the fast pace. Average is this. So based on Detective Gilbertson's timestamps here, how long would it take in order to be in a vehicle screeching around at 4:20 and 47 seconds? At that 4:20 and 20 seconds, when she calls Bethany back at 4:20 and 20 seconds, or 28 seconds right there. And it goes all the way to 4:21 and 9 seconds, right? That would be pretty much right after needing to see him that she called and said that, correct? Like, she would have had to seen the intruder right before making that phone call to Bethany. Did she ever tell you that she made a phone call to Bethany right after seeing the intruder? No. Did she ever tell you that we've heard after seeing the intruder that she immediately did what? Ran to her room, locked the door, and then the other time she ran straight downstairs. Are you aware that the Detective Mowry asked her if she heard a car start after the intruder left? And that she said that she didn't hear a car start. Are you aware that she said that she didn't hear a car squealing around? Nothing like that. Didn't hear a car revving up and going, or, squealing. A bunch of acceleration with a low muffler. Nope. Okay. And are you aware that she said that by the time that the intruder, or that she heard Kaylee say there's someone here, are you aware that that Dylan said that she did not see the masked man for 20 minutes? Are you aware that from the time that Kaylee said there's someone here to when she says that she saw the masked man was 20 minutes? Okay. Now, also, she told you that she opened up the door 3 times. And on the 3rd time is when she saw him. So, did you ask her then? We're going to go through this. She says, Dylan advised that she continued to call and text her roommates, but received no answers. She provided the times she called and texted her roommates, and the time span she advised would have been between 4:20 a.m. and 4:27 a.m. She advised that she never thought about an intruder, and in her mind, she stated that she was not processing what was occurring as threatening. So were you under the opinion, when you're doing this interview, that between 4 and 4:27 that she's still upstairs and that she has not seen the masked man yet? Because she's still calling them? Is she calling? She's also calling out to them? Because what also has to happen here is that between 4:19, did you ask her if, when she had talked to Bethany the first time, hey, did you heard everything before then? Like, where were these calls at? Where were these texting? Like, when she's doing these text messaging, you're not asking her, hey, what are you doing? Like, what's going on when you're making this text? Like, what are you hearing? What are you doing? When you're getting up the first time to check out the door and there's nothing there and then you close it. Yeah, she's yelling out. She's making phone calls. Okay. Dylan further stated that she thought that maybe it was a firefighter because of what Bethany told her about seeing a firecracker. She advised he would have been approximately 3 inches away from her. And she believed she saw him walking out the back sliding glass door. So she told you that she believed that she saw him walking out the sliding glass back door. He had looked at her before walking out the back door. Okay, so have you ever been to the house? Do you know where she physically would have had to have been to see that? She was not certain if he could see her whole body or just her head. At 4:22 a.m., then Dylan corrected her time and stated at 4:23 a.m., she advised that she texted Bethany and they conversed about someone wearing all black. And Bethany said something to the effect of, what the fuck? Why is Xana wearing all black? Dylan explained she was not certain if she had been dreaming this or if this was real. Did you ask her where she was located and what had already transpired at that time of texting that? Had she seen the masked man yet? Dylan, so in none of these 7 pages or 10 pages that you take notes, you're not asking any questions to figure out like where in this timeline of things that she's doing when she sees the masked man. Like, wouldn't that be the most important thing to like knock down and like lock in on? Now, Dylan says that she advised he had to have heard her call Kaylee and Xana, and she thought he would have had to have heard her calling for them, and she was confused as to why he did not come to her room. Bethany responded at approximately 4:25 a.m. telling her to come to her, Bethany's room, and that it's better than being alone. Dylan then left her bedroom after opening her door the 4th time and ran to Bethany's bedroom downstairs after the 4:25. Then, ready for this? How in the world is she saying that she was texting Bethany at 4:27, just a couple minutes before that, and when she is down in the bedroom? At approximately 4:23 a.m., she texted Bethany to tell her she saw a masked suspect in their house. Now, did you ask her if that was right after seeing? Are you aware, Detective Gooch, that at 4:23 a.m., when she would have texted Bethany to tell her she saw a masked suspect in the house, that couldn't have been the person that was driving away at 4:20 and 48 seconds? You are aware of that, right? Like, this would need to be embedded into the jury's head that the car that's speeding away at 4:20 and 48 seconds, you would have needed time to get to that car. You would have needed time to, there's no blood in that car. You would have needed time to take all your clothes off, get into that car, and then drive away. 30 seconds to get to the car. I don't know. Put something in put the stuff in the trunk. Dylan advised when she left her bedroom, she looked down the hallway to Xana's bedroom and could see Xana lying on her back in her underwear. But she thought at the time that Xana was passed out. Dylan stated that she never went into Xana's bedroom and she could only see Xana from the hallway as she was running to get to Bethany's bedroom. Now, you asked her what the lighting was in the house, right? Did you ask her how she knew that it was Xana? Someone's laying on the floor, passed out. It's dark. Yep, I asked her. She advised that she was too scared to go into Xana's room. Did you ask her why she was scared to go into Xana's room? I thought she wasn't scared at all. I thought that there was no threat. She saw no threat. That she didn't think seeing the masked man was a threat. Why would she be scared of Xana's room? And she knew that Bethany was awake, so she knew to go there because she was scared. Okay. She saw Xana was wearing her underwear. Did you ask her how she was able to see that? She explained that Xana was comfortable enough with the roommates that she would wear her underwear around them, so this was not unusual for her to be in underwear. When asked about the lighting conditions inside the residence, she advised that possibly Xana's light was on, or the party lights were on, and that is how she was able to see Xana, because otherwise she would not have been able to see her lying on the floor without any lights being on. Okay, so are you aware, Detective Gooch, that every single light in that house was on? All the lights in the living room were on because we went through the photos. Everything was on. The kitchen light was on. Outside of the kitchen was on. And so every light's on. So what's there to be scared of? Why does she think that Xana's room's scary? If she didn't see that Xana came home or Ethan came home, how does she know that it was Xana laying on the ground and not Kaylee, who she thought she heard run down the stairs crying? Did you ask her that? She was not certain if the bathroom lights were on, but she was not certain what lights were on, if any. She doesn't know if there were lights on. If any lights were on. You must have asked her when the last time that she saw Xana was, and she said at 11:04 p.m. Dylan confirmed this by checking her cell phone. Xana had been holding a White Claw. She was at Sigma Chi, and at 12:49 a.m. there's another photo in somebody's story. She further advised that Xana and Ethan did not stay at Ethan's house with any frequency. So you found out that Ethan had his own apartment. And she doesn't know where it was. Did you ask who you could find out? Like, was that the first that you were ever hearing that Ethan had an apartment? Did you guys do anything to figure out where his apartment was located? Did you ever go there? Is there any reports on that? The answer is no to all of that. Okay. So Dylan told you that she was not certain about Xana and Ethan and when they came home because she does not know when they came home because she did not see them come home. So Dylan's room is on the second level. Dylan never saw Ethan or Xana come home the whole entire night. The first time that she saw Xana was laying on the ground. She doesn't remember anybody cooking food, using the bathroom, flushing toilets, anything like that. Now, if we have evidence that she's using her phone at 3:33 and at 3:51, because she's on social media, because she's saving contacts, she never heard them come home. I mean, that's pretty big right there. Were you aware that there was a DoorDash when you had interviewed Dylan? Did you guys know that yet? She stated, Dylan said that she is certain at 2:11 a.m. That Kaylee, Maddie, Bethany, and herself were all in the house. She was not certain about Xana and Ethan because she does not know when they came home. She denied perceiving a threat to you, right? Even after encountering the male in the hallway, she said there were people coming in and out of their house all the time. So she did not perceive a threat. So then why was she scared of Xana's room? Did that not strike you as odd? That why she's scared of Xana's room? I'm not going to go into Xana's room. I was scared. So I just went downstairs. Me and you're a detective for 30 years. Someone's telling you that they didn't perceive that as a threat. She said she heard some people were crying and there was like struggle. Now, you then went back and started asking her more questions about the male's voice. So, were you aware they were watching Vampire Diaries? Do you have any idea about that show? Okay, but Dylan kind of tells you about that show, doesn't she? When you're interviewing her. So she says that she wasn't not providing you guys with, she wasn't trying to prevent you from solving this case. And she advised that she knew she did not sleep through the whole incident because she has texted communications. That's how she knows that she didn't sleep through it, because she has these texted communications on her phone. And she says, and other things that she knows would have had to require her to be awake. So she doesn't remember what happened. She's just saying, hey, I have these text messages on my phone. This has to have happened. I'm texting. What other things, when she says and other things that she knows would have required her to be awake? What were the other things that she said besides the text messages? She advised that she knows that she heard. She advised she knows what she heard, especially about hearing who she believed was Kaylee crying and the male voice telling her he was there for her. When asked why she believes that she was spared after the male suspect saw her, she said she does not know why, and she does not believe anyone ever tried to open her door during the time he was in the house. And he could have easily have done so. Does that mean the door wasn't locked? I thought it was locked. And why he would have passed by her room multiple times. She volunteered that to come through the sliding glass door, the person would have had to have scaled a tall wall. She advised that the suspect would have known her room would have been occupied because he appeared to have known the layout of the house. You know when somebody starts to say a sentence and they realize what they're saying and they try to kind of correct the sentence that they're talking about? How about this for starters? He would have known that I was in that room because the door was wide open and I was just laying there. Like, I mean, for someone to say to you that he would have known that he had to have known that I was in that. I don't get that. But I would get it if, like, the lights are on, the door is open. Dylan offered up her DNA. When she told you that it might be difficult to locate the offender's DNA because they had conducted a deep clean of their residence leading up to the parents' weekend, did that strike you as odd in your training experience? When asked about when the deep clean of the residence occurred, it would have been before the weekend of the crimes. And then Dylan said that she advised that she was confused about why the offender would have taken the patio door out of the residence because of the drop off from the patio. That would mean that Dylan believed that the person left and went to the front of the house. They didn't leave and go to the back of the house. Right? Because she thinks the person was dropping down off the patio over there on the right side where it was like, why would you do that? Why does she think that the person that when they left out the patio went to the right? What do you mean scale a wall? She advised that she remembered that cars do come by their residence a lot. And she said there was a black truck driving past Bethany's window. And she further said she was not absolutely certain it was a black truck, but there was a vehicle that went by the residence and she could see the taillights, but she did not remember if the headlights were on. But what drew her attention to it was the red lights on the back of the truck. Now we're going to talk about this. If the intruder goes out the sliding glass patio door, she doesn't know if the door shuts or not because she says that she runs downstairs. That would mean that at some point she's trying to look out the blinds to see things, right? And she believes it was a truck or an SUV of some sort. And did you ask the detectives to look at the 1112 King Road cameras? And in order for Dylan to see anything that was outside of the door or the window on the front from Bethany's room, or you could even go into the spare room and be over there to look out the windows to see where the person went, because she's not scared, right? So tracking to see where this person went. But in order for her to have seen a vehicle, when you would have compared it to the 1112 cameras, right, to see when any vehicles were leaving, the vehicle that she's referring to isn't the 420 and 48-second car, right? She's referring to what drew her attention to it was the red lights on the back of the truck. And when asked if she meant brake lights, she said yes. What time is the video show of when a vehicle is leaving? There can only be two times, right? And both the times it's either one that's before she would have ever been continuing to text with Bethany, which puts it that she's seeing a vehicle at 4:23, but she's texting with Bethany when that would have been happening. Okay. Or it's the 4:27 or 29 time frame. And all this while, all this time, right, that she's saying this, you're not saying things like, okay, when did this happen? When you went immediately downstairs? How did you see this? Were you looking through the blinds? Or is this all there and it's just not written in your report? Because I can't imagine that it just goes like from this point to this point, which is so here's Detective Gooch that would just be getting like literally. She's like, I have all this stuff. Yeah, I listened to my interview. It has way more shit in it. Okay. Well, right here. She advised she remembered that cars do come to their residence a lot, and she said that there was a black truck driving past Bethany's window. Which way? Driving past which way? Going which way? I mean, driving past, like, which way? Which that's important to ask. Driving which way? And when did you see that? Right when I got into Bethany's room? I mean, I was looking out the window. What made you look out the window? And she further stated that she was not absolutely certain it was a black truck, but there was a vehicle that went by the residence and she could see the taillights. But she did not remember if the headlights were on. But what drew her attention to it was the red lights on the back of the truck. And that's telling me that it's going away from the house, by the way she's saying, like, by the way she's talking about it, went by their residence. And when asked if, let's see. Like, it's like Dylan has this. When asked if she met the brake light, she said yes. When asked if, and then the next thing would be is when asked what occurred after she went into Bethany's room, she said they eventually fell asleep. And when she woke, she was lying next to Bethany in Bethany's bed. Did you ask her what time she woke up? There you go. The truck leaves at 4:24 and 11 seconds. And so Ann Taylor is just going to use Vicki Gooch to show that Bethany's or Dylan's statements have completely changed. Like, something has influenced her to be saying that she's now just, she awoke to a noise when she never said that once on November 13th. Oh, it's going to get better. Here we go. When she awakened that morning, Bethany was next to her in bed. They were both too scared to leave Bethany's room to even go to the bathroom. She advised at approximately 10:23 a.m. She texted Maddie asking if she was up. At 11:29, she texted Kaylee, "Are you up?" She could tell her Snapchats were not being read when she was texting them through Snapchat. Dylan advised she called one of her closest friends about what happened that night with the masked man. Dylan then explained when she reached out to somebody in the text messages, which she was told was at 10:50, but she thinks it was a mistake because of them being possibly in Boise looking at something. So anyways, she described that was just before noon. She is not certain if he came in through an unlocked front door or had to use the code to the front door to get into the residence. And when he got into the house, he asked about the location of a knife, and she directed him to a knife. Dylan said that she initially went upstairs from Bethany's bedroom with Hunter, and she advised when she saw Xana, she realized that Xana had not moved since she saw her earlier. She was still thinking that Xana was still passed out from being drunk. Hunter then sent Dylan downstairs. Dylan advised, she advised that Josie and Emily came over after Hunter came to the house. Ready? She advised that when Hunter then came downstairs, she could tell by his facial expression he had seen something, and he told them to call 911. Bethany was the one to call 911, and Dylan at one point said she was on the phone with police dispatch, and that the dispatcher was asking her about a defibrillator. Okay, ready? They told dispatch there were people unconscious. Dylan denied seeing Xana or any of the other victims' bodies. Now, I fell out of my chair for this. And anybody out there is ready for it. Here it comes. She advised they stayed in the house when the police arrived, and the police, were putting the tape up when they realized there had been a crime. And I said, holy shit, wait, back up. She advised they stayed in the house when the police arrived. Well, then Mitch Noonans is not the first responding officer because they weren't in the house when he arrived. And he's supposed to be the first responding officer. Now, I've always thought it was weird about Gunderson and his little story about when and how he got over there. But this is a problem for me. Why is Dylan believing that she is in the house when the police arrive? Literally, it's right here in black and white. Dylan, she advised they stayed in the house when the police arrived. And the police. And so the question is here is just what type of memory are we dealing with? But also she's saying that they saw the ambulance arrive and leave. But that to me, I don't care about that. I could not believe this sentence right here, which is Dylan advised that they stayed in the house when the police arrived. They were not. They were not in the house. They were not at all in the house. And she advised that when she first got home, she went to Kaylee's bedroom to let Murphy out of Kaylee's room, and Kaylee's lights were on, and no one was in Kaylee's bedroom. Murphy came back into the house after going outside. Redacted had some follow-up questions for Dylan outside of the interview, and as a result, the audio recording was turned off at 2:11 p.m. this same date. Okay. So, wow. So basically, if this interview, now when you're looking at everything, like, okay, we all saw and heard now the interviews that she gave with Mallory twice and at the house, and this is, again, I just don't understand why you're having two people interview her. You're going to sit here and tell me that these people have no idea what, like, they have to have read and watched the interviews. You have to have gone through her phone. Why are you interviewing somebody with no intel? You would never. And Ann Taylor would show that. And because the question has to be asked eventually here, but you have to do it in a way that you don't want to go at Dylan. And how you'd want to do it is you're going to go at these detectives. Because if you're going to sit here and tell me that Vicki Gooch did not look over any crime scene photos, did not take a look at where Dylan's room was in comparison to where the door was, if you didn't listen to any of the interviews beforehand, this interview started at 12:05, so it was like a 2-hour interview, and then they shut off the recorder, and then there was more questions, but whoever wanted to ask these additional questions, it was redacted. So could possibly guess that it was the FBI, but somebody's name, big section there, redacted, had some follow-up questions for Dylan outside of the interview. Why are you redacting who had these follow-up questions? Why would that be redacted? My only thought process is that it could potentially be the FBI. I mean, what are you redacting on who's asking this girl questions? But you either went completely not prepared for this line of questioning, for this interview, with no information, just going in cold turkey, blind, like, hey, okay, I guess we're gonna, hey, okay. Like, it's supposed to be a follow-up. It's supposed to be, okay, hey, we got more information here. You've had some time to settle down, and maybe process stuff. So we're just going to start from the beginning, okay? And because they're trying to solve a quadruple homicide, you'd think, right? And so we needed to get down a timeline of these events. We noticed that you were texting and calling, so we're trying to time up some stuff with that. When did you start the phone calls, the texting? We noticed that actually Bethany called you first. So if you didn't call Bethany yet, that means you wouldn't have seen the masked man yet, right? So we can go all the way and we can start eliminating things. But you need to get her on the record with stuff. But what it seems like that they've done here, and I have to hear the audio first, but what it seems like they've done is that when you're getting too close to the pie, you're changing the subject. Because you should have a ton. So I listed off a bunch of these questions. Did you visit the crime scene? Did you look at the crime scene photos? Dylan's room, the angles, the vantage points. Did you point that out to Dylan? Detective Gooch, when did you become aware of the white sedan seen driving away at a fast rate of speed? Were you aware of that? Were you aware of that time frame? When she's starting to like read off these times, I mean, was that in the back of your head, the 4:20 and some change there that the person's driving away? If your interview was on November 17th, were you not aware of that yet? When did you become aware of it? Because even after the fact, when you're going to go through this to type up your report, did you then converse with somebody after the fact? Who were you conversing with after the fact to relay things that you thought needed follow-up with? Did you break down her phone? Did you ask to see Bethany's phone? Why did Dylan say that the person would have heard her calling out her roommates or calling her roommates? Why did she think that? Did she hear the phones ringing herself? Like, why does she think that person? Basically the question is this: she believes that the killer was in the house while she's making phone calls, right? So you'd want to look at these phone calls that she's made and look at these timestamps and get to the bottom of the fact that if she's saying, she's texting Kaylee to say, hey, what's going on? Kaylee, what's going on? That was at 4:22 and 42 seconds. Back to back. Kaylee, what's going on? That's a simple thing. When you wrote that, was that after you heard somebody, like, you'd want her to kind of pinpoint down when that would have been. And I think it's at, okay, so she advised around 4:20 a.m. She heard Kaylee singing and playing music. She heard who she believed Kaylee walking up the stairs, and Dylan advised that she heard Kaylee say, someone's here. And she sounded frantic. Is that when you texted Kaylee? Like, what's going on? Kaylee, what's going on? When did that come into play? Why do you believe, Dylan, that the masked man would have heard you calling somebody? And then look at the time that she called Maddie. So if you look at the timestamps, she called Xana at 4:20, Kaylee at 4:20 and 20 seconds. But you just call those two people, but then you call Bethany after just those two people. Why didn't you call Maddie yet? DM then calls Maddie after calling after calling Bethany at 4:21 and 50 seconds. So is that not at all weird? Because you told Bethany that you called everybody and that nobody's answering, but really you didn't call Bethany. I mean, you didn't call Maddie yet. So why are you saying that I've called everybody and nobody's answering? Because then you would ask questions like this. How about the dog barking? There's 29 dog barks during the 26-second phone call. That's what more or less led to that. Then when you hear the dog barks going away, like the dog's moving away, where were you? Were you still upstairs? Were you downstairs? And the dog was barking all the way until 4:45. The music that you heard Kaylee singing and dancing. When Kaylee went upstairs, did the music stop? How do you guys listen to music in the house? You get her to talk about that speaker. Okay, so you weren't controlling the speaker, right? Were you using your app? No. Do you have it where if you wanted to get on the app that you could take it over and pause it and shut it off yourself? Like, how does this app work? How does the Bluetooth work? If you got on the Bluetooth speaker, would it automatically kick off the other person? Like, none of these questions are being asked to jog her memory. It's just mind blowing to me. Did Dylan ever tell you what order the roommates went to bed? Well, no, she said that she was the first one to go to bed. How does she know that? Did you ever ask her? You guys would have been aware of Kaylee's phone calls. Did she see Kaylee on the phone with Jack D? Did you show her pictures of the kitchen? When you got out your popcorn, was any of this stuff out? Was this how it looked? Was any of this stuff not there? Why does Dylan believe that she woke up at 4? What did she associate with for that? What happened? Did she look at her phone? Who walked the popcorn back to the kitchen? When she made the popcorn, she left the butter out. She normally leave the butter out. Did somebody make macaroni and cheese after her when they came home? And that's why the butter was out? Did she use butter in her popcorn? I mean, are they kidding me? What device was used on Friday night to play music at the house for the house party? How do you control all of those devices? What app do you use? Are you aware that Dylan is saying that she texted Bethany a last time at 4:27 a.m. and there is no text message from Dylan to Bethany at 4:27 a.m.? There is none. It does not exist. Are you aware that she gives 2 different times that she went downstairs? At 4:25 and then at 4:27. And then are you aware that there's a 4-minute gap of phones not being used? And are you aware that there's a 1-minute solid time of the phone not being used? No one's asking if you can hear screaming. How in 9 pages, 10 pages, is there no mention of scream? Like, what the hell? Okay, now some stuff to blow up the spot with. All right. Okay. I think I found out something as to why Ann Taylor wanted to call someone to the stand. It's a girl. This person said that she knew everyone in the Twitch video with Kaylee and Maddie. She said that this is report 78. This person named blank, first and last name, and said that he was a blank fraternity member providing sober rides. Blank named a second person in the video as first and last name and said that she heard blank and blank drove Kaylee and Maddie home. That'd be 2 people. She heard that blank and blank drove Kaylee and Maddie home. This person said both this person and this person called in the tip hotline to advise law enforcement. So I thought Eric Grower drove them home. There's more. Blank said that she heard a person named blank blank, first and last name, stopped by the King Street residence to meet with Xana. Looks like it could be Jack Showalter's name, but blank is also a blank blank, and he is dating blank. This person, whoever this is, we're going to narrow it down, but this person right here is saying that their information is that somebody said that they took Kaylee and Maddie home that night, and it was 2 people. Now, I thought it was a different day too, but it's not. What do you mean a different day? The day before, Maddie and Kaylee came home with separate people on the day before. So, and then let's hear it one more time. Ready? I think I saw her in here earlier. Is Nevada in here? Chrissy? Hold on. Let's see Molly's drunk driving incident. And these cops are again talking about that Molly is a known drug dealer. Let's take a look. Unbelievable. Switch accounts. Good old Molly over here.
Who's the chick that you arrested?
Molly McDaniel.
He said Molly McDaniel. That's not even right. But we're going to play this on fast speed. But this is new.
I just got gas and cigarettes and stuff from mobile. I'm just going home to
Gotcha.
Sorry, tired.
Molly. Molly. So I have a canine narcotics dog that's going to come. Is it going to alert to the presence of drugs in your pickup?
Yeah, no, my boyfriend said he's coming. Can I have a cigarette or is that possible?
Not right now. Oh, looks like you got all sorts of snacks.
Yes.
Yum. Oh, boy.
I just got to find the insurance. My boyfriend sent me if you want to run the registration and stuff, I can put that insurance card.
You have insurance on your phone?
Yeah. He sent me the picture of it.
When did he do that?
A couple of weeks ago when we got it back.
Do you use any medications or drugs that affect your ability to drive?
No.
Mind if I check your eyes real quick? See the tip of my pen?
I want to know who this detective. I want not detective. I want to know who pulled her over.
My eyes are just tired.
See the tip of my pen?
It's my glasses. If you want to look at my glasses. You want me to show you?
Yeah, you can pull your glasses off real quick.
Here, look at my glasses.
I just want to look at your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. You said you haven't used any drugs?
No.
Okay. By looking at your eyes, it's telling me something different than that.
Okay.
So just be straight with me. I just want to make sure you're safe to drive.
No, I'm good to drive. I haven't done anything. I just. No, my
When's the
glasses are messed up.
last time you used an opiate?
I take pain medication,
Okay.
actually, for my back and everything. It's
When's the last time
prescribed.
you took that?
This afternoon, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Do you think like it's affecting your ability to drive now?
Oh, no.
What kind of pain medication do you take?
Hydrocodone.
What dose
10
is it?
milligrams.
10 milligrams. Okay.
I've been on them for years.
Okay. I'll have you find that. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, so he's gonna go run her information.
Can you come over here out of the roadway?
Okay, he wants to give her this sobriety test. Okay, I'm sorry, but I've never seen somebody go as long as he did with this pen shit.
Okay.
He was
So
casting it with flying colors.
just in talking to you, you're displaying signs of somebody that's used drugs recently. Okay.
Okay.
I work drug interdiction, and it's one of those things that I've been.
You guys, I'm sorry. I was watching this. I gotta intervene. I was like, he just said what? Molly displayed in the small time frame that they interacted. Listen to this.
That's used drugs recently. We're here out of the roadway. Okay. So just in talking to you, you're displaying signs of somebody that's used drugs recently. Okay. I work drug interdiction, and it's one of those things that I've been trained to recognize.
Okay.
What I want to make sure, I'm not so concerned about the fact that you've used drugs recently. I just want to make sure you're okay to drive.
Okay.
Okay. Would you mind?
That's an oxymoron. I'm not too concerned that you've used drugs recently. I just want to make sure you can. What? What?
Taking some voluntary field sobriety tests?
Okay, sure.
Okay. First test I want to do is just take a look at your eyes, kind of like the last one, okay?
Okay.
For this test, I just want you to stand with your feet together and your arms down at your side, okay?
Okay.
Just get in that position. Can you remove your glasses for me and just put them up on
I
your
just
forehead?
can't see very well.
Okay. Can you see the tip of this?
No.
How about now?
Yes.
Can you follow that with your eyes and not move your head?
Okay. Okay, you're going up over my too high.
He's still going. He's still going. He's still going. What the front door?
Okay. So you said this afternoon was the last time that you used drugs. Are you sure it wasn't more recent than that?
Use drugs. You mean take my prescription? I mean, it just depends on what she's got. I don't know. I'm just over here like.
I don't believe so.
Okay. When's the last time you used something like methamphetamine?
When's the last time that you used something like, I don't know, methamphetamine? What? I've been like, what? When's the last time you used methamphetamines? Excuse me? I'm sorry, I'm dead.
Oh, I don't.
When's the last time you used something like methamphetamine?
Oh, I don't.
When's the last time you did though?
Isn't that in cold medicine though?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Like that. Okay. Then no, I don't use it.
Ephedrine's in cold medicine.
Yeah.
But when's the last time you used methamphetamines?
I don't.
You've
Meth?
never ever used
No,
meth?
my husband was murdered by a meth head.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't touch it.
Okay. When's the last time you used a stim?
My husband was murdered by a meth head, so I don't use it. Bill Thompson, star witness right here.
Anyway.
There's the cold medicine
Like
from around the
Adderall?
counter, behind the counter
Okay.
that I'll use.
Okay. Next test I'd like to do is the walk and turn test, okay?
Okay.
Let's go ahead. Let's get up here where it's a little more level. Right here looks really good.
I have massive body pain issues that I from my myalgia, and it's really bad. So
Okay.
Dude, there's already 1, 2 cops there.
Can you walk in a straight line?
I don't know.
Okay. So for this test, why don't you face it this way because it's a little more level that way? For this test, what I want. Okay. So the next test, you can just get to stand there again. That's it. This is an easy one, okay?
Yeah.
So what I want you to do for this test is,
I have my boyfriend come get me.
yeah, we'll figure it out here. Okay. For this test, what I want you to do is stand with your arms down at your side. Okay, your feet together. When I tell you to, I want you to just tip your head back slightly. And then close your eyes and imagine the passing of 30 seconds. Okay, when you believe 30 seconds has passed, just tip your head forward, open your eyes, and say stop. Okay?
Yeah, so just head up and...
Just head back like this, and then imagine 30 seconds. Once you think 30 seconds is up, just tip your head forward and say stop. Okay? Okay, are you ready? You can begin.
I think she passes. Like, what's his problem?
Stop.
Okay. Right at 30 seconds. Okay, so Molly, in doing those tests, it is obvious to me that you have used a controlled substance. Okay.
Okay. That's
So-
so, I took my hydroquinone this afternoon. Too.
Yeah.
Wait, how is that? How did she fail? How did she fail, though? I literally watched, you guys can go back and watch this stuff, but she literally passed following the pen. Okay. But what he is saying is that she failed. Listen.
Stop.
Okay. Right at 30 seconds. Okay, so Molly, in doing those tests, it is obvious to me that you have used a controlled substance. Okay.
Okay. That's
So-
I took my hydroquinone this afternoon. Too.
Yeah. It's also obvious that those have impaired your ability to drive a motor vehicle.
I can have him come get me.
Fair enough?
Yeah. I'll have him come get
Okay.
me.
So right now you are under arrest for DUI. Okay. So
People don't pass these tests. I mean, I'm sorry. I think she passed. She would, in a courtroom, this would not get her DUI. How did she fail?
I know your back and stuff hurts. I'm going to handcuff you in front. Okay. But I need your
Can I
hands.
call my boyfriend real quick?
You'll be able to talk to him in a little bit. Okay.
My brother doesn't have a car. He has special needs.
Okay.
I've never been in trouble
Well,
before.
we have an officer here that can help, okay? Do you have anything on your person right now that's illegal?
No.
Okay.
Hands in the front this time.
So, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to the presence of an attorney during questioning. You cannot afford an attorney. One will be appointed for your prior to questioning if you so desire. You can decide at any time to exercise those rights, not make any statements or answer any questions. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Okay. So, your brother, you said, has special needs, and he's in the pickup right now?
Yes.
Okay, well, Deputy Olin is actually really good at talking to people with special needs,
Just
okay?
need to get my boyfriend.
So,
to
we
come.
can
Wait, he's in the pickup? He's in the vehicle?
get him to your boyfriend.
No, my boyfriend could come and get the truck.
Okay, we can do that. So, I could have Deputy Olin come pick up your boyfriend, or we can do that. So, I could have Deputy Olin come pick up your boyfriend, or go pick up your boyfriend, and he could come give him a ride down here to get the truck.
Can I just have my phone out of my car? I can push.
How's your boyfriend going to get here?
We have a friend there.
Okay.
But we'll bring
Who's the friend that you have there?
Justin. We'll
Okay.
bring him down.
Okay. Yeah, we can make that happen. Okay. I'm gonna have you have a seat in my car, but before we do that, I want you to get your shoes on.
Here, I'll hold your elbow here.
I'm fine.
Okay.
This is please.
What?
Get your shoes on.
And then I'm going to check your pockets, make sure you don't have anything sharp or anything that's going to hurt me.
My phone.
Just your phone? Oh, we don't even have to get your phone out of there.
No, but I just need to call my boyfriend.
Okay.
The ice cream's in there. It's melting.
What's that?
Ice cream's in there melting. It's my birthday.
You gonna rest on a birthday?
Today's your birthday?
Yesterday was just midnight
Okay.
to
Do you
hit.
have pockets on you here? No. Okay. I'm going to have you have a seat in my car. You can talk to him while you're in the back of my car, okay?
Let's walk over here and have a seat.
Basically what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to apply for a search warrant to test your blood, okay? To see what controlled substances you're under the influence of. Watch the curve.
Take a step.
Molly, do you have any illegal drugs in your pickup right now? What's that?
No,
Do you mind if I take a look?
can you wait till I call my boyfriend, please? I just need to talk to him. It's his truck. It's not mine.
I know, but I'm asking you
I know,
right
but
now.
you need permission from him, not from me.
Okay, well, what I can do is I can have our narcotics canine come and...
Jimmy, are you there?
Yeah, baby.
I'm getting arrested for DUI.
You're getting arrested for DUI?
Yes.
Why?
Because apparently I couldn't pass the sobriety test.
What's the sobriety test?
You want to see it?
He said, how do I do it? Like standing there and
No.
walking, and
He's special needs, I think.
Who's in the car?
Yeah.
and handcuffed him in the back of the car.
Do you want to just kind of look from outside, see if you see anything?
Where is her? Dude, you're gonna get me struck.
I didn't say you're going to jail, Molly.
Are you going? You sound like you need something to work.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
What do you mean you didn't think she's going to jail? You just arrested her.
I agree.
Stepped up on me. One in custody, DUI.
DUI.
Okay, I'll be right there.
She's still there.
I love you. I'll be right there.
Is Justin still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, she's on the phone with her boyfriend, who is not Justin. Justin is their friend. Okay. She's on the phone with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's like, "What are you talking about? You're getting arrested for DUI." Like, what? What are you talking about? What's sobriety test? Like, what's going on? Okay. But I want to know what she's talking about, that she has a special needs brother and who's in the vehicle. Like, where? And why isn't this officer like talking about that?
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll be right there. I'll throw all my stuff. I'll be right there. I'll be right there.
It gets crazy.
I'll be right there, baby. Okay?
I don't think that she failed anything.
Take care of it. Okay?
I told him to wait for you for searching the truck and everything.
What?
Search the truck. They want to search the truck.
Five, 9, are you gonna pull me?
No, they don't have permission to search the truck.
He's
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be by.
Wait, what did he say?
Negative, I'm up north.
I could use your partner.
No, they don't have permission to search the truck.
Are you gonna pull me?
No, they don't have permission to search the truck.
He's
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be by.
I don't give permission.
Negative, I'm up north.
I could use your partner.
No, they don't Go again?
I could use King 5.
I can come back.
That'd be great.
What's the problem? Why do you need somebody? I don't understand.
I'm out for the 54. It's going to take me a little bit.
Copy.
Okay, I just saw that officer open up that door. So,
Hey, Molly. 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 So I have a canine narcotics dog that's going to come. Is it going to alert to the presence of drugs in your pickup?
I don't know. My boyfriend said he's coming. Can I have a cigarette, or is that possible?
Not right now.
can I have a cigarette? Is that possible? He wants her to he's trying to get her to confess. And she ain't. He's trying to get her to slip up and confess drugs in the car, and there's not. Oh, she 100% passed all that shit.
Oh, my dog's in there too.
Her dog.
Okay. He is?
Yeah, but I don't see anything physically on the truck.
Okay.
It's a cigarette butts, but other
So she was just talking to him and said, hey, they want to search the truck. And he's like, hell no, they can't search that truck. So,
He didn't say that. I mean, this guy is a piece of shit. He didn't say, hell no, he can't search that truck. He didn't say that at all. He said, I don't give them permission to search the truck. I just heard it. And I rewinded it 3 times. What a fucking liar.
it's a cigarette butts, but other
So she was just talking to him and said, hey, they want to search the truck. And he's like, hell no, they can't search that truck. So there's something in there.
There's something in there. No, you're just not searching my fucking car. You don't have you're not searching my vehicle. I got nothing in my car. I'd never let you fucking search it.
Is he gonna? I mean, he can get a ride, and
Yeah, the boyfriend's coming down, so he can give him a ride. The person, Justin Stringer, that's bringing him down, I stopped him in this the other day. And
Listen to this. He knows. He's like, it's Justin Stringer. I stopped him the other day over here. And this, listen to this. Listen to these fuckers, man. Dude, they're fucking like literally following this broad all over. And I have no idea why.
she was just talking to him and said, hey, they want to search the truck. And he's like, hell no, they can't search that truck. So there's something in there.
is he gonna? I mean, he can get a ride, and
Yeah, the boyfriend's coming down, so he can give him a ride. The person, Justin Stringer, that's bringing him down, I stopped him in this the other day and arrested him for DUI and for DUI drugs.
Okay.
And ended up, long story, but didn't complete the whole DUI thing. But for her, I'm just gonna. I don't even know that I need a search warrant for her. The fields were pretty bad. Well, I want to know what.
right because you're gonna need results.
Yeah.
Her fields were pretty bad. God, what a loser. Her fields weren't pretty bad.
I'm gonna work on that real quick, but it's gonna be quick. So, had a brake light out.
Are you gonna take her to Colfax? I mean, I could wait here if you're going to Colfax or something.
I probably not.
Oh, you just walk
because she's kind of a medical nightmare. It looks like so.
Sure.
So I'm gonna. But when
Wait, what?
Take her to Colfax. I mean, I could wait here if you're going to Colfax or something.
I probably not.
Oh, you just walk
because she's kind of a medical nightmare. It looks like so.
Sure.
So I'm gonna. But when boyfriend shows up, I don't want that guy can get out of the truck, but I don't want anyone else to go into it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll hang around for that.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll attack.
You don't want anyone else going into the truck. He can leave it, but no one's going into the truck. Why can't I go into my truck? Let's watch this.
Attach him to the call.
Okay. Are you doing okay? Well, just calm down, Molly. We're okay. You what? Oh, I go through those too, Molly. I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do to help you?
This guy's a prick. Fucking slob prick. Why'd you pull her over? What was the reason for the pull over? What was she doing? What was the problem? What did you pull her over for? Yeah, he's definitely patronizing her. It gets worse. They really need Molly to tell the truth on the stand, man. They really need Molly to participate. Bill Thompson needs Molly to be in line.
They want to search the truck. I'm waiting for a key.
I'm telling him I said no. Don't tell him warrant. I said no.
So tell him I said no, get a warrant.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Right? Okay. I said no. Did you notify the laws to make sure to do a search warrant to be able to do it even if you're pulled over and arrested?
Does Molly even know these exist? Alright, here we go.
He's under the influence.
Can she stay with you, help manage him?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
So her boyfriend's coming down. He says we cannot search that truck. She's under the influence of probably meth, would be my guess, controlled substance. There's somebody in it right now who's special needs, but they are known drug dealers.
Where are they out of?
Pullman.
Okay.
So
What did she say when you asked her for consent?
she said she didn't know, and then she talked to him, and then she said no. I mean, she basically said no, but no.
Where's dude coming from?
From Center Street, Regency.
I got here before he did from
Yeah.
Center Street.
He's waiting for a cab because he thinks he's going to show up and just drive the truck away. So sorry to make you come all the way back, but
They are known drug dealers. They are known drug dealers. Who is a known drug dealer? Because this needs to be cleared up. Ready? Known drug dealers. You pulled her over for what? I'm still unclear about why you pulled her over. Now, they are known as drug dealers. Are you talking about Molly or are you talking about her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friend Justin? Okay.
No, we are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then why are you sorry?
Well, just it's a long ways. But I don't know. I'm done with my warrant. I'm going to submit it real quick.
I would love to read that warrant.
Do you want to go talk to the special needs guy in the seat? Just tell him we're going to have a dog go around the truck. And
When he said that he has to get out of the car for that?
oh, he does? Okay, I don't know.
Well, that's what Olin said.
I don't know if he does. I don't think he does.
Does he have to get out of the car? No?
Do you want to just go let him know what's going to happen?
What is she getting? Why is she get pulled over? I don't know, but Haley, I don't hang out with people that do
They'll
meth. So
stay
no.
up till 3 in the morning.
I don't either. I'm tired.
Like 2 is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
One would be perfect, but two's okay.
Yeah.
3, how do we survive?
Judge Hart, Sergeant Jordan with the Sheriff's Office. Would you be willing to take a look at a blood search warrant? Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye. Yep, you too. Bye.
Light up the list up in that.
Yes, I'm not getting a blood search warrant. Blood search warrant. What does that mean?
You're trying to get a blood search warrant?
Yeah.
Take your blood?
Taking Colfax ambulance, Bravo response to call 203 North Lake Street, number 9.
Sergeant Jordan's the same one that's in a Facebook group, and he has a profile of a girl, and he does buys and sells with these motherfucking people. That's what he does on Facebook.
Call 13, stopping. 13.
Boy Young John, 9787 Washington. North Grand is a laundromat.
Alright, Aaron's here.
Nothing.
Tires now. Just that tire, front tire, back tire. I'm sure wherever they live, there's dogs peeing everywhere. Who's the chick that you arrested?
Molly McDaniel.
He thinks her name is Molly McDaniel. Dude, I cannot. These are their CIs. These are their fucking drug buyer, seller people. Molly McDaniel. Write that down because I guarantee you all of these accounts that we can't find are under Molly McDaniel. Blah. That's my next FOIA. Molly McDaniel. What? Dumbass.
Who's the chick that you arrested?
Molly McDaniel. So I am, I gotta submit this real quick.
Absolutely not.
You smell like dog poo.
No.
You.
I showered. Introduction
I
process.
stay on the phone.
It's not you, but it's not.
Now somebody smells like shit.
I did. I just did it.
You know that's right, Mark. Hi, Mark.
No? Okay.
Are you doing a blood warrant on her, Mike?
Yeah. McMichael, Molly McMichael.
Oh, okay.
I just finished it.
Molly McMichael now.
What?
Molly McDaniel.
Hey, that guy I did the canine sniff on Thursday.
Yeah.
I stopped him at the Siesta.
Really?
Yeah. Coming behind him, he's over center. I'm like, I walk up and he's like, really? I fixed my headlight.
Do you guys know they did dogs over at 1122? Yeah, no reports yet have surfaced on any of that though. Yet we have proof that there were dogs over at 1122. So I put in a letter today about that.
Are you doing okay, Molly?
That's old. Western's like, every one of us.
Molly, are you doing okay?
I talked to Love's name on me. That was weird. He like came up to my truck and said, "Hey, what do you think the shift's like?" I was like, "I've never talked to you before." And he's asking about how we rotate, and how we bid, and how because we're not 24 hours, and how that works. And I was like, "You've never said more than one word to me."
Well, she was on.
Arlette. Yeah, she was on her entry with
was
you.
Like number 3 or 4 on the list, I think.
Are you okay?
I just dropped my phone.
Scared the shit out of me.
You got it.
Are you gonna make it here? Can you hold yourself together for just a few more minutes?
Sorry. I'm not that bad at the time.
When I called her, she was in the phone call and she had just gotten hired by Mo.
I'm trying to think. Blood, no citation.
No.
So no first appearance Monday. Just forward later. Okay.
Just wait till you get your blood.
Do you have vials? Who has some vials? Do you have some? Okay. I need your vials. And then I'll probably just run them down the Pullman Fire. I don't know. Or to the hospital. I'll just take her up to the hospital. No. That way I don't wake up the firefighters.
I just go to the hospital. Have you dealt with her before?
So Lanice told me that they're selling drugs. I had no idea it was them.
Pills or?
Fentanyl and meth.
What?
My boyfriend, he's going to be a piece of work. I think he's sounds like a lawyer on the phone.
So. Looks like they're coming from the store. They got ice cream in the back.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I was just thinking
I thought that was
Uber.
him. Yeah.
Wait.
Drug.
Have you dealt with her before?
So Lanice told me that they're selling drugs. I had
Lanice. Who is Lanice? Write that down. Lanice told me that they're selling drugs. Lanice, come on down, baby girl. Lana's gonna holla at you. Lanice sounds like it could be a last name though. Lanice. Okay, Lanice. So you're going off of nothing but hearsay here, Sergeant Jordan. Okay, Lanice told me. So you knew about this, like before you pulled her over, you knew who was in the car. Interesting.
Have you dealt with her before?
So Lamiche told me that they're selling drugs. I had no idea it was them.
Pills or
Fentanyl and meth.
what?
Okay. These are the people that were outside of the 1122 King Road murder scene at 4 a.m. from 3:45 to 4 a.m. Nothing to see here. Unbelievable. Dude, when the jury would have heard this,
Boyfriend, he's going to be a piece of work. I think he's sounds like a lawyer on the phone.
boyfriend's gonna be a piece of work. Sounds like a lawyer.
Looks like they're coming from a store that got ice cream in the back.
Yeah.
Fentanyl and meth.
I was thinking
I thought that was
Uber.
him. Yeah. So I'm just waiting on Hart's warrant, and then I'll take her up.
Where is this guy's ride coming from? Center Street?
Just so you know, I'm doing paperwork tomorrow.
He's working tomorrow.
I know. He's looking sicker every time I see him. This could be Miller, Olin.
This Miller and Olin?
So it'll
Are
be
you
you and me
really
on
on
the road.
Nemesis tonight?
And Alex. And Alex. Alex is out tomorrow.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So it'll be me now.
We'll have a lot. And me. It won't take me long. Honestly, all 4 of those people from before, I'm just going to give warnings for the fucking drugs. Because we just got paraphernalia and a couple pills.
That math, though.
Yeah.
Stop being so easy.
Well, it's a mess. Because the whole... Well, I'll talk to you about it later, but it's a mess.
So, like...
Because the one, if it's in their pocket.
But we got the 2 warrants out of it.
Yeah, and the meth might be a tough one with the pipe.
Yeah.
Because she's like...
Well, she said everything in the car is hers, so I guess I'll charge her with everything in the car.
What?
Delilah.
Delilah?
She said anything illegal in the car is hers.
What?
She wanted to take
She
it all.
told me she doesn't use fentanyl.
Well,
no,
yeah.
you got to forward on my guy.
Yeah, he had pills on him.
Because that guy had pills and...
I'll do him and her, and then all the
you know
paraphernalia.
what? Dude, on that guy, he would honestly...
This is the best undercover talk I mean, if no one's listening, then you guys are nuts if you're not listening to what this chatter's about. They all have their people. Listen to this shit. They got their peeps.
I thought that was
Uber.
him. Yeah. So I'm just waiting on Hart's warrant, and then I'll take her up.
Where is this guy's ride coming from? Center Street?
Just so you know, I'm doing paperwork tomorrow.
He's working tomorrow.
I know. He's looking sicker every time I see him.
Paperwork tomorrow.
This could be Miller, Olin.
This Miller and Olin?
So it'll
Are
be
you
you and me
really
on
on
the road.
Nemesis tonight?
And Alex. And Alex. Alex is out tomorrow.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So it'll be me now.
We'll have a lot. And me. It won't take me long. Honestly, all 4 of those people from before, I'm just going to give warnings for the fucking drugs. Because we just got paraphernalia and a couple pills.
That math, though.
Yeah.
Stop being so easy.
Well, it's a mess. Because the whole... Well, I'll talk to you about it later, but it's a mess.
So, like...
Because the one, if it's in their pocket.
But we got the 2 warrants out of it.
Yeah, and the meth might be a tough one with the pipe.
Yeah.
Because she's like...
Well, she said everything in the car is hers, so I guess I'll charge her with everything in the car.
What?
Delilah.
Delilah?
She said anything illegal in the car is hers.
What?
She wanted to take it
She
all.
told me she doesn't use fentanyl.
Well,
no,
yeah.
you got to forward on my guy.
Yeah, he had pills on him.
Because that guy had pills and...
I'll do him and her, and then all the
You know
paraphernalia.
what? Dude, on that guy, he would honestly, he wouldn't be a bad one to do a warning.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I know.
He's out of Spokane, dude. He's never showing up.
Right.
And he was honest. He was the honest one out of all of them.
Just because you're honest means you get off scot-free?
So
Listen
I
to
have
this
Amy
woman.
now, who's a hard ass on my shift, because like I get soft,
Crocs.
and she's like, knock it off.
Well, he keeps getting all these like DUIs and
He's lying about why he's letting these people off.
It feels like it. It really does. Like before, man, there was zero breaks on drugs. Now it's like they're just going to go to court and get a break anyway. So
maybe that's why I don't
know-
look at whatever happens to any of my cases after I send them to the prosecutor.
It's the best.
I'm just blissfully ignorant.
Art has
Blissfully ignorant
that.
after I give him the
His
prosecutor.
drug court, which I think is a good one,
yeah,
where they have to go to whatever it is, probation. But I think it's a year or something like that. But
yeah.
if some are successful, but they like, I don't know. I'm 2 pills.
Yeah.
A container of mushrooms, can't do anything about it.
That one sucks because that's a lot of mushrooms. She got a container like that big, and it was in the trunk. And the guy's like, I didn't know it was in there.
Remember
Even though
that?
it was all his clothes is back there.
The guy.
You got it. Yeah.
I
you
got a guy who goes,
Tina,
dude, I think you got a bunch of drugs in the car, man.
Lance, Lucian.
So I go and I had a garbage,
Sure.
big black garbage bag,
Sounds good,
completely
Strickland.
full. That he tells me, dude, I'm taking it to fraternity to sell them.
Yeah. Molly, are you doing okay? You are?
Exactly. Exactly. It hasn't been about Molly the whole time for me because I knew what I was playing. This is about doing sorry for a drug dealer. What are you talking about? Goodbye. It doesn't make any sense. That's not what this is about. The ignorant. Molly has yet to catch a case. I mean,
That's it.
The pickup we were trying to
everybody understand that? Find me Molly catching a case and doing a day in jail, a day in prison. Isn't that wild? All these pullovers, Molly doesn't do any time. Maybe you have to look under Molly McDaniels.
Drogies from, was it? From the Regency?
The white one?
Yeah. Remember
Yeah.
that guy?
Yeah, this is a guy. Yeah.
Listen to these idiots
I gotta read her a copy of the warrant. The judge granted it, so I'm gonna roll my window up and read it to her.
Well, hopefully it's legal. I'm gonna FOIA that. Molly did not fail my pen test. Molly did not fail my 30-second test. I'm a drug counselor, and it looks like Molly used today. Please give me my warrant. Yes. I just want to know what that warrant says. Meanwhile, the special needs kid continues to just sit in that other vehicle. Nobody has checked in on him. Molly just leaves the market with like ice cream and all this dairy just melting.
Hey Molly, I gotta read something to you, okay? Can you hear me okay? State of Washington, Whitman County District Court, State of Washington plaintiff. This is Molly McMichael, defendant. Search warrant number SW123023.
Wait a second.
Search warrant for evidence of a crime to wit.
Wait, did he just say Molly McDaniel or Molly McMichael?
Hey Molly, I gotta read something to you, okay?
He's got CVS receipts.
Can you hear me okay? State of Washington, Whitman County District Court, State of Washington plaintiff. This is Molly McMichael, defendant.
Okay.
Search warrant number SW123023. Search warrant for evidence of a crime to wit. Driving while under the influence, RCW 4661502. Any peace officer in the state of Washington, whereas upon the sworn complaint heretofore made and filed and or testimonial evidence given in the above entitled court and incorporated herein by this reference, it appears to the undersigned judge of the above entitled court that there is probable cause to believe that evidence of intoxicating liquor, marijuana, or any drug is defined by RCW 4661540 in violation of the laws of the state of Washington. Evidence of the crime of driving while under the influence, RCW 4661502, is concealed in, about, or upon the person of Molly McMichael, who is currently in the custody of the law enforcement officer serving this warrant, and located within the county of Whitman. Now, therefore, in the name of the state of Washington, you are hereby commanded with the necessary and proper assistance of a person trained and qualified to draw blood pursuant to RCW 4661506, subsection 5, to extract a sample of blood consisting of one or more vials from the person of Molly McMichael, who is in the custody of the Whitman County Sheriff's Office.
The search warrant was to draw blood. That's what's...
This sample shall be extracted within 2 hours of the issuance of this search warrant. You are further commanded to ensure the safekeeping of the same and to make a return of said warrant within 3 days with a particular statement of all the articles seized and the name and title of the person who extracted the sample of blood. The blood sample seized shall be submitted to the custody of the Washington State Toxicology Laboratory for appropriate forensic testing as determined by the Washington State Toxicology Laboratory to determine whether any intoxicating liquor, marijuana, or any drug as defined in RCW 4661540 can be detected and or quantified. Copy of said warrant shall be served upon the person from whom the blood is extracted and upon the person who extracted the sample of blood, together with the receipt for the blood that was seized. Given under my hand this 30th day of December 2023 by Judge John E. H. Hart. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the hospital. We're going to have them do a blood draw so I can get those samples sent off to the lab for testing. And then after that, I will release you. I can give you a ride home if you'd like. What? To the hospital? No, he won't be able to be a part of that. Huh? Yeah, he can pick you up at the hospital. He's okay to drive? Okay. So she'd like for you to pick her up at the hospital. I'm going to take her up there and do the blood draw.
Okay, all right.
And then if you want, I'll just release her to you up there.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Do I need to leave this here?
Are you okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm fine to drive.
Okay.
I don't have my ID on me, though. I checked my wallet when I was on my way here. I have
You have a
plenty
license?
of ID. Yeah, I have a license.
That's fine.
legitimate.
I'm good with that. So I'll take her up there. She's doing okay. I mean,
Yeah, it's the first time. It's her birthday. She's never been cussed before, so I'm sure she's like freaking out.
Yeah, I put handcuffs in front. We tried to be as cool as possible.
She was like, answer the phone. I was like, he's got to be being nice to you because most of the time they're just like, put that damn thing down.
Yeah, I get it, man. So I'll take her up there. It could take a little while.
Is it the brake light?
Yeah.
Fucking short on it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
Is what it is. I think I stopped this thing the other day and somebody else was driving it. So.
She's the only one supposed to be driving it. She
like 2 days ago in Colfax.
For domestic violence in a few hours.
It was in Colfax. Justin was driving it. Yes, a guy named, you know who Justin is?
My family a couple times, more friends with her than me.
Okay.
Pullman Regional?
Yeah, at Pullman.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want a second up there?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll roll the window down. She's on the other side.
Thanks.
I think I'm okay. If you want to go find some.
Who's driving Justin?
Justin Stringer, Sabres. And I hooked him for DUI, but then long story short, I ended up kicking him loose. But he's going to help us with some stuff.
So, it doesn't sound like she's supposed to be letting him drive it.
He's slinging dope. My Facebook girl, he was going to sell me meth and fentanyl. So I'll let him think.
My guess is the dope's at home because she went to the store.
Yeah.
Just said ice cream and shit in the back.
For some reason, he didn't want us to look in it, but I don't know. Maybe she has some fentanyl in there or something. So.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Hey, hell yeah. I'm going to search anything.
Yeah. So,
What did you just say?
I'm going to search anything.
Yeah. So I'm done after this, so I'm going to work on paperwork.
I don't know. You're on emphasis 3 an hour.
I feel arrested by people.
Quality.
Well, the rules are changing.
No, it really did. It used to be 3 an hour, and they said people were just stopping cars and going down the road.
That's nice. You guys good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take her over there and get this done. I don't know how busy the hospital is. That's that's our biggest thing.
So, yeah. I know.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
So I'm confused. You're going to let him drive the car that has the padiddle. And it's okay. He's allowed to go drive the car that doesn't have the back brake light. So it's not a safety concern, right? Okay.
Okay, Molly, we're going to head to the hospital, okay? Stepped up on that. I'll be en route to Pullman Regional for blood draw.
We're Tier 5, get and drug test. Attach the vehicle and the driver. Close the computer report, please.
One second.
The blood, this is, remember when they tell us that, like, yeah, this blood could take, like, 9 months or some shit like that? Remember that? This is the beginning of that. Boy. He knew that Justin got pulled over in Colfax. But then he pulls over Justin for a DUI, lets him loose because, hey, you're in my Facebook group and you sold drugs to the female account that I use to buy drugs.
Yeah, so 414 clear.
Stepped up on that. I don't think I ran the driver through you. It's going to be Molly McMichael.
Awesome. Hey, she's attached.
Okay, Molly, can you help out for me? I get panic attacks too, so I understand. Are you able to walk?
10 years ago.
Your husband was? I'm.
10 years ago.
Your husband was? I'm so sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna go this way, okay?
I'm a DoorDasher from the murder in Moscow.
You what?
I'm a DoorDasher from the murder in Moscow.
Oh, okay. What's that?
It hurt really bad.
It hurts? What hurts? Those? Oh, as soon as we get in here, I'll take them off, okay?
He doesn't even realize what she just said. I'm the DoorDash driver. Oh, Molly.
It's okay. Is your back hurting you? Sorry. Gotcha. I see a white pickup here. Okay. Is that your ride?
Yeah, we were actually just getting going. Okay.
Okay. I've got, I need to print off something for her real quick.
All right.
And take me 2 seconds.
Okay.
So, you guys can hang out. I just want to print you off a copy of the warrant, Molly.
Is she allowed to have a cigarette?
Absolutely, yeah.
All she wanted was the damn smoke. Here it comes.
Okay, Molly. Here's a copy of the search warrant, okay? So here's what's going to happen is we send the blood off to get it tested, okay? It is taking about 18 months to get the test.
It is taking about 18 months to get these results. What?
Results back.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
Statute of limitations on DUI is 2 years. So you do the math.
Yeah.
There's a chance that we don't get the blood back before statute of limitations runs out. Okay? But that's what we have to wait on is the blood.
What an amazing system you guys have over there in Washington. Every time I hear that. And then this guy's like, hey, but you know what that means? Oh, statute of limitations is going to run out, you know, and that means we can't charge you. But why the fuck are you even doing this, man?
Blood results. When we get them back, depending on what's in your blood and the stuff like that, the prosecutor will probably request charges for DUI if there's controlled substances in your blood. Okay. They will send you information to your address on record with Department of Licensing.
Okay, well, it is plenty past 18 months, I think. Now, let's see. It is 2025. It is 10, 20, 8, 27, something like that. And Molly, I think that you should know what are the results. So we have to call Pullman about that. Actually, the sheriff's department. We'll put that in as well. There should be a resolution of this. Was Molly charged?
Okay. So just make sure that's up to date as you move or anything like that.
I know where I am because I'm the dasher, so.
You're a dasher, okay.
Well, no, I'm the dasher from the murder case. I'm the one that they're keeping quiet and kind of.
We're keeping her hiding, so.
Yeah, why are you telling me that? You spilled the beans to me.
I know.
Your secret's safe with me, okay?
Thank you. 'Cause, yeah, I
Thank
don't
you for
need
being
any more.
cooperative, and I'm so sorry about the panic attack stuff. Like, I get it, okay? I'm sorry you went through it, and that wasn't my intention to make you suffer or anything. Okay?
Can I ask, is her license currently suspended then? Or is that still waiting on
That will be all depend on the results. So your license is totally fine right now. If you take your pain medication, you just can't drive, okay?
Okay.
So that's kind of where it is, which sucks because you kind of live on them. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm
But
stage 4 cancer patient, I understand.
I get it, okay.
Yeah,
So.
thank you for being so nice. And,
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Okay, take care, okay?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me? Okay, if you do, you know where to find me. Absolutely.
They all, I hear you. There, Park.
Somewhere. I was damn near out though.
All
So.
over the place. So yeah, that's next to them. But yeah, you didn't give me one.
There you go. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, I wouldn't expect blood results for at least a year. At least a year. So it's just nuts. It's just the lab's so backed up. Once they legalized marijuana, it just went nuts. So. Yeah.
Once they legalized marijuana. When did Washington legalize marijuana? All right. Isn't it not legal in Washington? I thought it was legal in like Idaho, but not Washington. I don't know. I gotta go to bed. All I know is to date, I don't see that she was brought up on charges for this. So I'm gonna do another a FOIA because maybe it wasn't done yet. I don't know. This is crazy. Okay, so Idaho State Police is telling the world that they no longer have anything to do with this case anymore. That they gave everything to Moscow Police Department. So if you want FOIAs that normally you would have to go to the Idaho State Police if it was like their report, they're saying that they turned over everything to the investigating agency, which is Moscow, Idaho, which is the MPD. So we are going to get confirmation of this tomorrow, and I'll report back on that. But they said that they're and that there's one video and one video only that they are not releasing, no matter what. I have a feeling we're going to have to sue. That's what I'm already shopping around, but the way that this is going to boil down to is someone's going to have to sue for this, because the redactions also they are doing is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm not going to read a report that looks like this anymore. I'm done. And from what I've been told, they will lose. We will win. So it's time to start getting it all together, but we're probably going to have to sue. And I'm so curious as to why mainstream media isn't doing anything. You know, where's the media? Where's the media? Like, if they were to go put a FOIA in, like, you're not getting it. You aren't in the slightest, like, there's no curiosity there as to why. It's pretty fucking crazy. But I'm confident that they will lose. It's just, we got to go do it. So, again, I'm going to try a couple other things, but I'm not going to fuck around with them. So let's just go. Let's roll. We'll go to court. Peace out.